Ridley Scott's 1982 film Blade Runner is a marvel of the science fiction genre. It could be said that this classic film defined the genre as we know it today, with sci-fi films such as Ghost in the Shell directed by Rupert Sanders and Deus Ex Machina directed by Alex Garland being heavily influenced by Ridley Scott's film. After watching Blade Runner, I recall this video game developed by Trioscas and published by Critical Reflex this year, 2025, called No, I Am Not a Human. In the game, you are a protagonist that must let people reside in your home to protect yourself from visitors. Visitors can be described as zombies that came after an event called the solar flare. They are like replicants who look human but not man-made, and, just like the Blade Runner, you must run an inspection. But instead of the Vought Camp test, you must search for specific identifying marks of a visitor. Good day, I am Flynn Marie Benaflor from ABCA 2A, and this is my film review of Blade Runner. So, it seems that Blade Runner and its source material, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, by Philip K. Dick in 1968, has lingered in the human mind for quite a while, leaving us questioning our own humanity by presenting us with unhuman beings that want to live, just like us. Blade Runner 1982 follows Rick Deckard, who is a Blade Runner tasked to hunt down 6 replicants on Earth. A Blade Runner could be likened to a detective in our world. They administer a test called the Vought Camp test to determine whether someone is a replicant or a human. And in the movie, Deckard also executes the replicants. Replicants were developed by the Tyrell Corporation as robots that evolved to be virtually identical to humans. The Nexus 6 replicants were superior in strength and agility, and at least equal in intelligence to the genetic engineers that created them. The replicants honestly live a very tragic life, as they are sent off to the off-world as slave labor. It is no wonder why they sneak into Earth and try to live among the humans. Now, aside from the insanely well-developed world building of the universe of Blade Runner, what else makes it so good? And what made it so influential? First, as someone who loves production design, this is always the first thing that I notice. The movie was released in 1982, and I was pleasantly surprised for a film set in the far future for them, which is 2019. Everything looks so futuristic. And that's coming from someone in 2025. There were very detailed and intentional choices for the environment of Earth in 2019. My favorite detail would be the umbrellas with the light rod, because I feel like not only did it add a futuristic look, but it also added to the visual appeal with the use of lights contrasting the dark, crowded, and really rainy city. The technology of 2019 also appealed to me. Though it looked mechanical at times, they added visual interest to any scene that they were in. For example, the Vought Camp test scenes. Another thing I found so interesting was the light. The use of light in the film was amazing because during the city scenes, everything was disorienting because of the light. It really added to the feeling of being in a crowded place. And you could feel the warmth and the muskiness in the intimate scenes because of the use of light, and it was so gorgeous. It was so beautiful. The sound was also very lovely. After watching other films of the time, the use of synths seemed to be very trendy, or even standard of the time. They added a lot of texture and depth to the scene of the showgirl being chased down, and it sounded very dramatic. When she had died, the music had made the adrenaline that I felt just come to a somber stop. It all felt so tragic. So, I highly recommend this film. It is only through watching it yourself that you will see how greatly this one catalyst of a film has influenced all of our favorite films. I do find it interesting how even during this time, Japan and Oriental themes seem to be perceived as highly technologically advanced. I wonder where this theme originated from, but it adds character to the story. That the Earth had evolved to the point that the planet had just become a melting pot of what remains of it. I do not have a film to suggest, but if the concept of questioning humanity through the face of the artificial or the unhuman sounds interesting to you, then the video game No, I Am Not a Human might just be for you. Bye!